What's up? Uh, all right, guys. How are you doing? Let's talk Cowboys really quick. Well, no, I'll leave that for later because I still want to do something about that. But right now, it's been 6 days with no food. Um, I have eaten to give me some sort of trick in my stomach, and you need to do that. You need to do that. You need to trick your stomach. Trick your stomach and a little bit of your head, even though you know what you're doing. I had like a single chip, maybe a couple of chips in one day, and small calorie. You really don't want to have any calories. So I'm literally talking like a cookie, one thing like this size, and I'm not talking about sweet or anything cookies. I'm talking about literally those no flavor uh crap like you put on top stuff, for like what you have with soup and those things, like literally just something to keep your mind off. Oh, I haven't eaten. I had to do that 4 times and more yesterday and today because it wasn't a work day. But by the law of God, I mean, today I had nothing to do, nothing to keep my mind off of it. I was playing Nintendo Switch the whole day, you know. Already beat a divine beast, so you know. But that being said, I mean, that's what you need to do. You need to have an idea that you're actually consuming something. um, the other day, the last thing I said was that I was thinking about coffee, and I actually did. I got a coffee and I felt just fine. It did actually provoke me to kind of do some digesting, so actually that was good. um, but right now, I guess today it's actually I'm gonna after 6 days I'm actually gonna eat something. So I need to go light. Family wants to go out and eat, so what you normally want to do in those situations is plan ahead, and if it's going to be a large meal in calories or whatever, make sure it's kind of small, because you have some advantage, right? Because no matter what you eat, it's still gonna be sensible, right? Um, but if so, it might be still high calorie. Try and have high protein. You do want to have high protein because it will get to a point where your muscles will become weaker. I had to eat one banana today because I got one cramp. So you don't want to start getting cramps because you haven't eaten potassium or whatever, right? So things like that, you could be careful. Uh, that being said, you know, I guess anything goes. I mean, if you really start eating like crazy, and I mean, I'm not gonna get anywhere, so I don't want to do that. So right now, I'm just gonna get what they want from out, and then just get something for me to hold me for tomorrow, and tomorrow will be just a calm day. Also, control portions. I guess that's my whole point. I mean, I'm not gonna, even if I do a bad meal, I'm not. It's not gonna. I'm gonna undo 6 days fasting. So obviously that's not the issue. But still, you don't want to throw a bomb in your stomach, right, and be near the bathroom the next day, right? Because it's basically just gonna go straight down. Enough of that. My wife's starting to notice I'm no more. I'm no longer bloated. I'm still having issues with my back, right? So I'm still 100 and I'm about a 140. I'm sorry, 240 pounds right now. I'm about 240 pounds, right? So, I guess what you know. So I guess what I want to do right now is basically uh, keep that weight off my back and stuff like that. So that's basically it. Onto the Cowboys now, because that's the main thing I wanted to talk about. It's been a great week, but Dak has still gotten a bunch of hate. I mean, a bunch of hate. So it's gonna be like that. I mean, when I first started with Romo, obviously, you know, he threw picks, right? So people hated those picks. So what to do? I mean, you couldn't argue against picks, but Dak, I mean, he gets sacked and he gets blamed for it. I mean, if a hold couldn't stop the guy, how do you expect him to, So, yes, he needs to work on his pocket presence. I get that, but it's losing a fumble after a sack. It, you criticize this guy and you don't criticize Drew Brees or any Aaron Rodgers when we've gotten fumbles from them. So it's just a double standard. I mean, I guess to justify the way I hear some arguments is to justify him and criticizing Dak. This is what they do. You need the deep threats, and still Dak hasn't gotten the deep threats. Regardless, and they've compared him to Tim Tebow. For the love of God, that's the same thing they're doing. Anybody could put up stats, and if they're the same, they want you to believe that that's the same guy. No, God, no. No, he is. If you want to call him a game manager, I'm still fine with that because we have the defense for that. I mean, this Tim Tebow never was a game manager. But hey, when at his best, I guess that's the best they could call him. So I'm not even going to go down that road to compare him. I'm just saying, as soon as Amari Cooper and him are in a better connection, we're gonna have the season like we had with Dez in 2016. Right, so he didn't look like somebody that couldn't throw the freaking ball. Right now, it started to look like he didn't have a good deep threat, and Dez was not Dez in 2017. So I'm not gonna blame Dak for all that crap. Come on. Anyway, I think what we really want is a desperation win for the Redskins. The Redskins need to win to kind of believe that they still have something and they can keep up with the Cowboys, right? That's what they want. So, considering that the Eagles had so much issues trying to win against the Giants, I think the Redskins can do it. I hope the best game for Colt McCoy, and they do actually try and keep up with us because that's a good thing for us. They'll keep them in the playoffs. They have something for fight for, and we're still on the up top of the division. If we lose, they need to lose. So we're not there yet. We're still ahead. So right now, I'm rooting for the Redskins tomorrow. Right, that way to keep Philly out of this. I mean, one more lose for Philly, and they're out. I mean, they're done. 5-7, they're done. The best record they can get is a 9-7 at that point, and is not making it to the playoffs. So that's all I wanted to say. I'm rooting for the Redskins tomorrow. That way, it's not a given that we win against Philadelphia at home, but it's just make it much easier. They're in disarray, the Eagles. So I don't want them to get in any kind of hopes for next week. We want them dead. And other than that, I honestly think we could get to 11 wins. Because I think if we beat the Saints, we shouldn't worry about the Colts, but we better prepare for the Colts because they're also waking up. So the Colts are dangerous right now. I don't think it's going to be a trap game, but just let's see what happens. So that's it for today, guys. Talk to you later. Nice, solid 9 minutes. So it was good. And let's see what happens tomorrow. Talk to you later.